Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hi, I'm Galang Miraj Fatana. You can call me Galang. Galang. I'm a college student. I study at Surya College of Education in Tangerang, in Indonesia. I'm in my third year. My major is ICT of Education. In this time, I will explain to you about the things to know before preparing a presentation. There are 3 points that I want to explain to you about it. The first is preparation, and the second is the equipment to use, and the third, how to deliver a presentation. Alright, let's begin. The first point is preparation. Why? For building confidence. To us, confident in ourselves and less nervous, it can make us to easily to deliver a message from our presentation to all our audience. And for the audience, confident in us, the presenter, the audience can easily understand what our message in our presentation. And for giving you control for our presentation, we are in charge. Audience, listen positively to our message. Next, what to consider in the preparation. Number 1, objective. The objective of presentation usually is argue, inform, persuade, and train. The number 2 is who your audience. Is your audience student? Is your audience a worker? Is your audience a farmer? And so on. How many of them? How many of our audience? You must know it. And what their needs from your presentation. You must know. And how much they know for your presentation. I mean, how much they know or how much they know before from your presentation. Okay? Number 3 is venue and facilities available. I mean, the venue must support your presentation, because if in your presentation must make the audience move, and your venue must support, and the audience can movement and the audience can move easily. And for group dynamics, so if you want to make a group, the venue must support that group dynamics, and it can make easily. Number 4 is time, or when and long. How long your presentation. I mean, when your presentation, you must choose the exact time for your audience, and how long your presentation. You must presentation for not long, because if your presentation is take a long time, I think your audience, it can easily to bore. Number 5 is method. How to make the presentation. The way to make your the way you make the presentation. And the last is content. Your presentation content is relevant to need or objective. I mean, what's your presentation is must relevant to your content. All right? Or I'm sorry. I mean, your content is relevant to your presentation. Okay? Next, practice. Why? From we practice our presentation, it makes us familiar with what to say. I mean, you can think fast. You can think very fast for your presentation while what you must say. Okay. Number 2, make us familiar with the equipment. I mean, you can easily to operate the equipment for your presentation, like a laptop, smartphone, microphone, and so on. The number 3 is identify weakness or areas to improve. I mean, if somebody must have their weakness, but from the weakness it can be fixed or it can be improved. All right, so our weakness is can we close or we fix it. Okay. And number 5, check the time we need it. From the practice, we can know how long that I need my presentation. Okay. And the last is make necessary adjustment. The second point is equipment. The first equipment is overhead projector or OHP. OHP can be used in daylight. The user can face the audience with that equipment, with OHP. And the user can write or draw directly on the transparency while in use. So if I use that, the audience can see what I write or what I draw in transparency. Okay. The second equipment is the flip chart. Flip chart consists of several leaves of paper that we flip or turn over, and it limited to smaller presentation. So if you want a big presentation, messages is you can use flip chart. All right. The third equipment is notebook. Notebook is used in the most presentation because it easily to move, and the user it is easily to understand what it feature. feature. Okay, and the notebook can display points, graphs, animation, movies, and so on. I mean, we can display the movies from notebook to all our audience, graphics, okay? And the notebook is high flexibility. I mean, you can edit presentation from the notebook quickly. So you can edit your PowerPoint, your movie, your animation from your notebook. All right. And the last equipment is handout. Handout is to be given at the end presentation. Okay. All right. The next is when using PowerPoint, avoid the first, reading what is on the screen word by word. I mean, if you read what is on the screen, you can read it by word like this. You can make it by don't do like that. All right. The second is too much information, too much detail. I mean, you can put too much information and too much detail from your PowerPoint, because it can make the audience audience can think some of reason or answer why you write in your presentation, and you must write or type or some information. All right, don't too much and don't too much detail. Number 3 is too many colors on and graphics. If there are so many colors and graphics, the audience is difficult to see what is in the screen of the presenter PowerPoint. Okay, they can't focus what they see. Okay, and too much the next number 4 is too much motion. I mean, if there is too much motion in your PowerPoint, it's same like the too many colors and too many graphics. Audience can get focused on their see. Okay, they can, and you must don't put too much motion in your PowerPoint. The number 6 is printing in all caps or other hard to read font. The next is using clip art everyone uses. And the last is printing and distributing handout. Okay, the last point, or the third, is delivery the presentation. What to consider? The first is nerve. The second is audience rapport. The third is body language. The fourth is cultural background. The fifth is voice quality. The sixth is visual aids. And the last, or the seventh, is audience reaction. Alright, we begin from the first. The first is nerve. First impression counts. Normally, a little nervous at the beginning. It's normal. How to overcome? Good preparation, it must be practice or rehearsal. You must practice, alright? Speak slowly and calmly. Okay, so your audience can hear exactly what your sound or what your speak. And the last is convince ourselves. I can do it. Okay, you must conceive to yourself, I can do it, I can do it. And don't worry, after a few moments we will relax and gain confidence from that. Okay, the second is delivery audience rapport. For that, build a warm and friendly relationship with our audience. Okay, so you have a good relationship with your audience. Okay, enthusiasm is contagious, so be enthusiastic. Okay, and the last is establish eye contact with our audience. Why? To detect signs of boredom, disinterest, or even disagreement, and to allow us to modify our presentation. The next is delivery body language. Our body is speaking to our audience even before we open our mouth. Alright? Our body is very support our presentation. Okay, okay, look at me for a few minutes. I think you choose the presenter with the presenter that use the body language. Okay, then the presenter is just like that, not use body language while he explain his presentation. Okay, I think you choose the presentation with use the body language. All right. Okay, our body, our clothes, our walk, our glasses, our haircut, and our experience, our expression, like smile, like angry, like that. All right, and so on. What to do? Sit, stand still, stroll, move fast or slowly, face or back audience, position in relation to the screen, and repetitive movements, and so on. And the next is delivery cultural background. Try to learn about any particular matters that might affect our audience. Okay? Why? Possibility for cultural is misunderstanding. All right? So you must know what is your audience culture. Okay? So you can know from your start the presentation. Okay, so you can now good. What is my audience culture? Okay. Or I okay. And for the example, I am sorry. I can give the example for now. Okay. I'm sorry. Okay. The next is delivery voice quality. Our audience must able to hear us clearly sort out our presentation. So, all audience that in front of you, right corner of you, left of you, or and behind of you, and the presenter that's that sit or stand at the behind of the stage is must hear the clearly your speak or your presentation. Okay, how they can understand your presentation if they don't hear your voice, your speak. And so the audience is must must hear clearly your speak. Okay, vary vary our voice in at least three ways. Okay, the first, speed, normal speed, faster, we can more slowly, and stop completely. Okay, the second, intonation, change the pitch of our voice. We can speak in high tone, we can speak in low tone. Okay, and last or the third is volume, normal volume, loudly volume, and quietly volume. Lowering your voice and speaking quietly can again attract our audience interest. Okay, the last the last part is speak in the same flat monotone voice throughout our presentation. Okay, all right. And the last part of delivery presentation is visual aids or this delivery visual aids. How does information enter the brain? 80% is from visually, and the rest or 20% is from orally. So you must or the audience must see or must know must see, all right, must see what your presentation. So if you want to show the example like a tool, you must show them. Okay, you must show the thing. Okay, and it can make the audience and it can make use and it can make audience understand easily from your presentation. All right, because 80% from visually. Okay, and how to maximally use visual aids? Keep the information on each visual aid to a minimum for audience to study and to understand them. Okay, okay, that's the last. All right, I think that's all of my explain about things to know before preparing a presentation. Hopefully you can understand and enjoy my video. Okay, that's all. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bye.